You know what's funny is that growing up with Asperger's syndrome, with autism, you know, everybody without my condition has a little mix of everything in there. Go away. They have a little mix of everything. They can do this, they can do that. With us, it's to the extreme. If we don't like something to eat, or if we don't like doing a job, we're not going to do it. It's not because we don't want to. It's because we can't. You know, we physically, mentally, and emotionally crack. That's why I decided to become a motivational speaker. And to be an artist in many shape or form. You know, it sucks because people have always told me, just pack up and move. Just pack up and move. I can't just pack up and move. I can't just take my stuff and just go to Fort McMurray and work on the oil sands. I can't just go work on an oil rig. I can't just do what people tell me to do. Number one, because I don't like to be bossed around. Number two, I can't do it. And it sucks because, you know, people with my disability, me, you know, the stuff we like to do don't pay. And if it does, it's not very much. And that sucks. Unbelievably. You know, I get $100 for a motivational speaking gig. And I know I've got a long way to go before I get to that level. And I know I'm going to get there. It's just I don't know how long it's going to take. I work at the Autism Society now, and you know, people always complain, I hate working at McDonald's, I hate working at the mall, I hate working at Canadian Tire, I hate working Subway, I hate working Tim Hortons, I hate working Walmart. You can do that job and get a decent paycheck. I can't. It took 2 nonprofit organizations to get me $10 hours a week. That's not right. That's not fair. I don't think. To get 10 hours a week. When my check comes in, it's $200 on the nail. I believe in that old school mentality that when you become successful, you look after the ones that looked after you your entire life. I believe in that old school mentality of paying rent. I believe in that old school mentality of getting up in the morning, have a job, look at yourself in the mirror, and feel good about yourself because you're doing something with your life. I believe in the old school mentality of making sure you know, when you got a house, you got a wife, you got kids, you're delivering money to your mother's mailbox. You know? You're looking after her. You're looking after your stepdad like I want to. I want to look after my dad. I want to look after my mom. I want to look after my stepdad. I want to look after my grandmother who lost my grandfather back in '05. You know, they've looked after me and put up with some crap I've given them since I was born. And only found out what I have when I was 20. And it hurts me to think that people, they just don't understand me. It hurts and it sucks. And do I admit I could be an SOB? Yeah. Do I admit I could be a cruel SOB? Yeah. Do I admit I make mistakes? Hell yeah. But I don't regret them. I learn from them. My ultimate goal is to go to the federal or provincial government, tell my story, and ask them, plead with them to give people like us a chance. To people like me a chance. You know, I want to go all over the world. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Russia. I want to go to Ireland, Scotland, United Kingdom, United States, Mexico, Australia. I want to go to these places and tell my story so I can help people. This job, to me, yes, I want to make money and be successful and be famous. But this job to me is giving back. It's not about me. I want to make sure that kids know that what I've gone through doesn't need to happen to them. And it hurts every single day when I wake up and I know that something sooner or later is going to happen. I just don't know when. Walk down the street and I get cursed. Walk down the street, I get water bottles thrown at me. Walk down the, you know, do I like me sometimes? No. I have nervous breakdowns. I can't work with a saw. I can't work heavy lifting equipment. I can't squeeze the oil out of an oil sand. I can't fish. That's not me. That's not my genetic makeup. That's not my brain. You know, I like to work in a zoo. We live in Newfoundland. We have no zoos. Closest thing we do is 4 hours away. You know, I don't even know if I could be a pro wrestler. You know, I wanted to be a martial artist. And I got kicked out. You know, it's just things like that that hurt me. And the reason why I'm making this video right now is because I want to let all of you out there know that I'm only human. I'm just Travis Walsh. I'm not somebody to be feared. I'm not somebody to be hated. I'm not somebody to people to point to and say that's a freak, that's a creep, that's a pervert, that's a this, that's a that, that's an autistic retard. I want people to look at me and say, hey, he came to my school. He came to my business. He opened my eyes. He helped me out. He was somebody I could talk to. I guess I just got a long way to go to get there. And the people who have always stood behind me, I've always remained loyal. People who've doubted me, I made a living proving you wrong. And I'll continue to do that. Because I'm Travis Walsh. And that's the way it is.